Ladies and gentlemen, Healthy Criticism here. Today we're taking a look at Corsair Cove. I covered the demo probably a couple of months ago at this rate, and the full game released probably a couple of weeks ago. And I gotta say, I don't know what I was expecting, but I was quite surprised that not much changed. But that's also kind of a good thing because I guess it was a demo, it wasn't an alpha or a beta or something like that. So most of the game was pretty much fleshed out at that rate. It was just a little limited on how far it let you go. And now that I've gotten quite a lot further than what I did with the demo, I want to just give my final recap of the game and pretty much explain whether or not I think it's worthwhile your investment. So again, the settings are going to be similar. We got some general settings here. We got some colorblind modes, which is really nice. On the graphics, we do have a lot of stuff. We have the estimated GPU load, which is also really nice to see. We got DLSS here for the quality and sharpness percentage. Obviously, it's going to be a 0. We have VSync, which is nice. Frame gen, which, I mean, for a game like this, frame generation is probably fine. It's interpolarization or something like that. It's basically a fancy way to say soap opera effect. You know, TVs have it. They pretty much kind of double the frame rate that they show you to make the animation a little smoother. This isn't much different than that, and people that say it is, they're wrong. So the only thing I've turned down is on the post-processing. Since this is an Unreal Engine game, low means off, basically. So I haven't really noticed any fringing or anything like that. There's obviously depth of field here, which this is a bad move from the developers because they have a really cool opportunity, I want to say, so you can preview how your game looks like with this window. But now it's just all wasted real estate, you know. So I would prefer this is not blurred and it kind of shows you what the game is going to look like instead. But that is just a personal preference. Use GPU crash debugging. We got sound, we have master, music, sound effects, speech, diegetic music, toggles music that is part of the game world. Pirates like shanties and all that stuff. I was just reading the description of the way. I have no fucking idea what diegetic, even if that's how you pronounce it, you know, is. Mute game and background. I'm probably going to set this to on. And we have some user interface, notification volume, and hover sounds. So that's pretty self-explanatory. We got gameplay pause in background is off. You can turn it on. Community events, reverse speed to 1. It's off. It's kind of a good idea to have it on because they do go unnoticed on certain occasions, but that's entirely your choice. Building edge snapping, which is really useful. Automatic structure connection, this is very useful. You should definitely keep this on. Automatic fetcher assignments is also pretty useful. Keep it on. And pirate camp name banners is off. I'm going to turn it on. Auto saves in 3 minutes. That's more than okay. Some games do give you a 1-minute autosave. I think that's a little too much, but that's entirely up to you. Lock mouse to viewport is off, and then help us improve the game. This was on by default. Bad developer. Slap on the wrist. Don't do that. Some camera options, which I'm not going to go through every single one, but you do have a lot of options. And then controls, which I haven't really fucked with at all because I am used to it by now. So we're just going to resume. This is not going to take long. It's probably going to be one of the quickest videos I've ever made. And it's good because I've already covered the game. So I want to show you. This is my... Let's just kind of run to it here. So these are my 3 bases that I have. Okay, you can go to them by clicking up here in the pirate camps. We got my first one, which is Plunderer's Pier. Again, these are going to be all auto-generated names. I didn't really pick those, so don't give me too many credits here. So the game premise is very simple. You have your camp. If you click it, it'll have these arrows. This means this is where the enemy ships attack from, and then this is your turret. This is what defends your base. Okay, so as you can see, there's some lines here. If you've played city builders with resource management as a main focus, like the one with the beavers, I keep forgetting what it's called. The further away the resource is, the further the person has to travel and the slower the production is going to be. Now, in that game you have the need for rest as well. So I haven't really noticed people resting in this game, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to resume here so I can show the liveliness of my city with all the people that are just sitting around doing nothing, or cooking or drinking or whatever. So I have the two lines because one of them is here, of course. This is my my ship port that is going to be bringing in all the resources that it plunders. I have them just directly fetching it from here, so they don't have to worry about it. And then I also have them fetching it from here, and I'm going to explain in just a second why. So that's what these green arrows are. It's just going to be the enemy ship attacking, so that you have to just kind of fend for yourself and defeat and delete from the face of the earth, and it's going to keep coming back. And you do get notified when that happens, by the way. So the main attraction of this game, the main selling point, is going to be the fact that you build on the wall for the most part. You build on the cliffs. You were chased out here, you shipwrecked, and you have to build on the wall. You don't only build on the wall, so like you can build on the surface of these mountains or cliffs, you want to call them, but they generally, you want to utilize the space that you're given outside of that and save the flat surfaces for the structures that actually require fertile land. And they also require you to build in a flat area that does, whether it's fertility or something else like a pig farm, needs to stay on one of those flat surfaces. Keep that in mind because it's going to be very useful for you to remember. So do not waste this land. It's very useful. Keep most of the buildings out of it. So this one, the sugarcane farm, it needs to be here. It cannot be on the wall. So put structures on the wall that don't require that. I'm gonna stop repeating myself because I said that like 17 times about it, probably. It seems like. So there's other certain areas, so a leaf cutter, they need the fiber that grows from the wall. You know, obviously that's another one of not really your choice. So this line is green again because this is my warehouse. This is where all the fetchers reside, and they go pick random resources and they bring them to the warehouse, and then from the warehouse another building can grab it if they need to do so. Now the main thing is the layout of your city, right? And the other thing is going to be population management. So you have the drifters, right? These are going to be kind of on the back burner. They're not going to be actively in your city. You have the assigned pirates is going to be the main population that you really have to worry about. But then again, also without drifters, you cannot increase the main population. So you're going to have various missions in the world where the reward is going to be so this one is just coin, for example. This one is going to give me some drifters if I do this mission, right? So I could actually embark on that one, and it's going to give me some rum as well. So that's, you know what, we're going to do that. Why not? This guy's going to go there. So she's headed there, and then I believe this one is going somewhere as well. So not going to worry about it too much. However, if you don't have drifters, you are not going to get pirates. And if you don't have pirates, you don't have enough people to manage your buildings, right? And of course, when you click on the pirates, you have different types of pirates as well. So on the islands, you're going to have these are going to be your workers, of course. This is what kind of changes the game. It torpedoes it into a much bigger resource management hellhole that it could be. So if you look at this ship, this is a level 3 ship, and I'll talk about the ships here in just a second. It's docked here, right? I have scallywags, and then I have bombardiers, and then I also have swabbies, which are going to be your kind of bottom feeder, bottom of the line, bottom totem pole crew members. And of course, as you can see, the more complicated your cities are going to get, the more resources they're going to require, and the more rewarding they're going to be for the ship, because they do add power to the ships. And of course, the ships are going to play a massive role into this game. It's going to be a huge thing you have to worry about. Now, when you come back from missions that brings back drifters, your population control is going to skyrocket. So you're going to need to fix that by building more more residential area. So let me just focus on this one for a second. The bread was falling, but it's not falling anymore. Okay, we're good here. Oh, it's falling again, and now it's not falling again. So I don't know what the hell is happening. I might have to fix that by building more of those. So the nice thing about this game and the population control is that it is actually shared, which is really, really nice because you can just have one city kind of handling most of the weight of carrying all the houses and all that stuff. So for example, this camp here is kind of getting to the point where I'm running out of space. I kind of decided to use this part of the cliff as the residential area, and it doesn't really matter how far they are from where they need to be. There's no traveling between work and home, which I think is a huge thing you need to understand before you lay your city out in a way that makes sense, right? And that part does not have to make sense. So I can just keep building here, just connect these two if I want to. I don't think it's gonna be a choice because, yeah, this city and then where's this camp here? Let me just click it. Okay, they kind of overlap a little bit, which is fine. So again, it doesn't really matter who controls these houses, right? It doesn't hurt anything. It only helps, and it's going to be good in the long run. So let me talk about ships here for just a second, right? So I wanna. Let me see. You can't really build a ship once you've built a ship. Like I've built this ship and it's pretty much it. So we can let's see. I can go into the research tree. Who's gonna not the game menu? Where is the compass? Here. The more missions you do, the more deeds you complete here. This is going to be just kind of like milestones, basically. I covered this in the demo as well. And then the journal is the missions that you complete. The more points you get to unlock stuff on the compass. So like this one is a level 2 ship. This one is a level 2 ship as well. I think I have a level 3 ship somewhere that I built. Where is this one? Is it this one? Yeah, I've unlocked this build and I've built it. So you want to build more high level ships in order to complete more of the difficult missions, right? So, and you have the seafaring again, you have the wealth, you have the notoriety, and then you have the empire. These are all just categories. It just pretty much gives you more variety without giving you much variety. So it's kind of like it's more aesthetic than it is functional, right? So different categories will have different nature of what you do. So like this one is going to be more aggressive and the other one is going to be more expanding your city and so far and so forth. So I can't really show the ship's menu, unfortunately, because I have built this. But let's see, assign building a different pirate camp, and this is the repair ship. There's just like upgrade here, so you can see more ships. You got level 5 ships, which is going to be the biggest ones, and the higher the higher level of pirates you add to that ship, the more strength it's going to get. So you do want to do that. However, the more you add, the more requirements they're going to be. So the requirements are going to be a little bit more complicated. So these guys need boots, right? These guys need bread. These guys need rum. It's all very different. These guys just need food and beer, you know, and those are easy to make. They're not that hard. Rum gets a little bit more complicated. Bread also gets a little bit more complicated because you have your... Where is the bread? I mean, I just so many things I have to do here. So you got the cassava picker, right? And then you have the oven, which creates the bread. And then you need to take it to the camp, and then you can take it to the galley so they can eat. You need to take it to the warehouse if you want to. So as you can see, this path is a little red. It's a little yellow, rather, because it's pretty far. I think I've built a second one somewhere around here, and I can't really find it, but I do have a second apothecary here. I have the grill. So some resources you're just gonna have to go a little bit hog wild on. So this is a pig farm, and then you have the boots maker, and then you have the where does he take stuff from? You got the outfitter that collects the boots, and then I have to make slops. I'm not really making slops right now because it's each area of these cliffs will have its own unique resource, and that's why you need more bases, of course, is because you're gonna have to get more things done. If you want to build a base, you go here, you go to pirate camp, and then you kind of hover over and see, okay, what kind of resources are here? I got a port there, I've got fish, you know, I got lead, I got salt, you know, you got so many things, you got birds. It's a lot of stuff. It is a lot of stuff, and it's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of camps, it's going to take a lot of work, it's going to take a lot of micromanagement. And I realized that when I built this third base here. This third base it's a lot, right? So I built it in a spot where it actually meets a lot of the criteria I need, but it has actually been a little detrimental on my resource management. This is the part of the game where I was like, I need to stop playing, because if I keep playing this, it is going to consume my life in ways that I just cannot afford right now. So much shit going on. So I do want to click this here, select, she's just sitting idle, I think, and we're gonna embark on this mission. And this guy is here, he's ready to enter. Let me show you again, let me just remind you what these missions look like. It's gonna be a little of a chat thing, so I need to gain 20 hints. It's like a dice roll situation here, so it's going to show you what the enemy is planning on doing. It's going to deal 1 to 4 damage to my crew. Then really what you need to do is choose the option that prevents the damage that the enemy is going to do, and then help you towards your goal. So this one is going to be Captain's Theory, of course. I didn't lose any crew, or did I? I don't think I did. I just lost some supplies, and the supplies are what's going to keep you from winning. So this is the cost of the supplies here. So okay, lose 1 to 4 and then deal 1 to 4. So realistically, we probably just want to see. I only did 8, and I'm just gonna have to do this again, or I can just do this and take the damage to the crew. But I don't want to do that. The crew is important. You can easily replenish supplies, but not the crew. So okay, so this one's gonna be easy. Gain a dice and then get the thing I needed. So we're just gonna sneak 22 meters distance. Let's see, prevent. So this is going to do distance, prevent gain on the distance, right? So what we're going to do is 1 to 4. This is 19 to 25. I think I can get it in one go. 17, just garbage. Okay, and then we're just going to do one more of these, prevent the damage, and we won. We lost a few supplies, we got some drifters, and we got a lot of rum, right? So now you have 2 options with this ship. You can go to a port, and that's going to be this one right here, free port. You can replenish your crew and resources, or you can go back and not risk losing your loot, right? So I kind of want to... None of these really have bread, since that's what I really... Okay, this one has bread. I will go to it and get some bread. And now this one is where it needs to go. We're going to enter. This should be an easy one, but there's some chromatic aberration here, which kind of sucks. Deal damage to my health. So I'm not really worried about that, but I do still want to prevent it, right? So the only one is this one. I'm just going to do it. It's fine. I gain a dice, and then I'm not going to worry about it too much. So... let's see, I am probably going to do... This gives me treasure, and it costs only 4 supplies, and it's going to get me where I need to go fast, so I'm just going to do that. And then I need a sneak. Let's see, this one's just going to lose. Okay, I am just going to do that, just beat it. No questions asked, my supplies are going low, so I need to be careful here. Our opponent gains 2, give 1 to player next turn. And that's actually pretty crazy. They only have 50 crew, and I can just end this. Since I'm not taking any damage, it's not going to worry about it, so the Bane was worth it. I got gold and I got supplies. Not really useful, but I'm going to pick her and we're going to go to the port and I'm going to replenish my supplies. Then I'm going to keep going, just making more missions here. So that is cool. Cohesion is also really important, by the way, because if that falls to 0, that's basically game over and you really have to worry about that. Can you please shut the fuck up? Thank you. Thank you. Shut up. The voice acting is pretty mid, but it's there. You know, we're not going to worry about it too much. You got some overviews here for your resources to see what you're hurting on and what you're extra on, so you can sell what you don't need. You got production change, so you can kind of remind yourself how to make certain things. So in order to make ammunition, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do. You have to generate powder, and then the powder will go to the gun tower, and the gun tower is going to turn into ammunition. But for that, you need the guano, you need the hardwood, and then you need the stone as your base, which is then going to turn into actual stone, and then you have to use a charburn. It's a lot. It's a lot. So that's, and then the more complicated your cities get, the more ways you have to create that the gunpowder. So you can use lead instead of what is it, of the guano, or you can go down here. You got the lead workshop. You know, it gets a little crazy. Got the fabric, which is pretty easy. You got the sails, but you got every single thing. You got pistols. You know, you need you need iron. You need lead. You need stone. You need so many things in order to create the sub requirements. You need copper. You need the shot tower, and the shot tower creates the shot. It's sabers, of course. It is it's pretty intense, okay, but that's fun. The game is fun. There's so many things to do, there's so many things to manage. You have your ships, you have your crew, you have everything here. It's not that it's easy. At first it can be a little difficult though, because you do need to figure out how to get more drifters. If you start losing people and you don't have any drifters, and there's no way for you to get drifters besides doing missions with the ships, then it's pretty much game over. So this is what intrigues me about a game like this, right? It's not easy to lose, but it is difficult to master. And there is a chance that you can lose permanently. It's not a guarantee that you're going to win, that you're going to be successful in this game, because I almost fucked up several times in the beginning. Luckily, I am the most experienced player in city builder games, and I was able to bounce myself back. So to me, it wasn't a problem. But to several people that might not have the same experience necessarily, it could be a problem. So do whatever you wish with that information. But I do want to say, if you need more detail on the game, go watch my demo video. It's pretty much the same, but I have gotten a little further in this game to know that A, I need to stop, but B, not because it's a bad game, but because it's a really, really good game. And if you want to focus on a game for a very long time, this can absolutely be your game. Like the end game is so far ahead where I don't really see it, you know. And the game will challenge you, and it has challenged me so far a lot more than the demo did. I don't want to cover the basics of like all the buildings and this and that. So the basic premise of the game is that you need to figure your shit out. You need to figure your layouts out. It's not easy. It seems easy, but it's not easy at all. So there you have it. I hope this was a little more informative than you may have hoped. If not, that's okay. I like this game, and I definitely recommend it. So I hope you found this useful, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.